dudes and dudettes? How are you guys? This is Chazzy. Welcome to another episode of The Mixer, and today's topic is going to be something quite peculiar, very bizarre and unique, and probably something that you guys didn't even know happened. You know, this might be the first time you've ever heard of this, you know, but I guarantee you it is quite a famous case, you know, in the United States. Well, not United States, but actually, yes, it did gain a lot of traction in the US, even though it happened in Australia. But anyway, maybe, just maybe, you guys have never heard of Rodney Winston Fox. Okay, he is a former spear fisherman and a diver, and today he is the hell is he? He's a filmmaker, conservationalist, and a foremost authority on sharks and great whites, specifically. Now, what exactly is so special about Rodney Fox? In case the title in the thumbnail already didn't give it away, this guy is a survivor of a shark attack, but not just any shark. He is one of the few people in the world who has survived an attack by a great white shark. And let me tell you guys, this is brutal. This is probably one of the most fiercest attacks by a shark I have ever seen in my entire life, you know? Now, it's a little concerning because okay, let's get into it. Okay, let's actually break it down. It happened in 1963, okay, when he was actually participating in a spearfishing tournament, a competition of sorts, you know, and then the shark attacked him. Now, you might think, okay, so a shark attacked him, big deal. It is a big deal because it's a freaking great white, you know, and like the way that it came at him, dude. The first time that I ever got into contact with this story, I think I forgot how old I was exactly, but I was still in elementary school, I believe, and I actually got a hold of a book that talked about him, you know, and it actually showed some graphic imagery. You know, probably the first exposure that I ever had to something graphic, and that might explain why I can't deal with violence today. But it actually showed a few artists' renditions of what the attack may have looked like, you know. There was a lot of blood everywhere, and then it actually showed real photos of him after the attack and after he got the surgery to stitch himself up, you know. Now, here's the thing. This attack was really bizarre because we know that sharks don't normally attack people unless they perceive them to be food, you know, and sharks rarely attack you if they think you're a threat, you know, at least not great whites. Great whites, I mean, nothing threatens great whites, you know, but the reason that the shark attacked him was because he was carrying fish on him, you know, because it was a spear fishing competition, so he was carrying a lot of fish, you know, and he had them over here and there was blood from the fish, so the shark saw that and attacked him, probably because it thought that he himself was a fish, you know, because sharks only attack when they think that it's food. So, like, for example, if you are a surfer and a shark sees you from above, you on the surfboard paddling with your arms and your legs looks like a seal, you know, so that's also an example of that. But I'm getting a little bit off topic. Let's go back to the fox man. Now, let me break it down for you guys a little bit more, okay? So he was pretty much bitten around the chest and the arm. I do believe it was the right arm, you know, around here. Or was it the left? You know, one of those arms. I think it was actually this one here in accordance with the image. But here's the thing. He's actually regarded as a miracle survivor because once you see the photos of what happened, man, I mean, you have no idea how this guy could have even been alive. Let me explain in excruciating detail exactly what the attack did to him. His abdomen was fully exposed and all of his ribs were broken on his left hand side, so it was the left arm. His diaphragm was punctured, his lung was ripped open, his scapula was pierced, his spleen was uncovered, his artery was exposed, and he was just minutes away from his veins collapsing due to the amount of blood loss, okay? Now, the tendons, the fingers, and the thumb in his right hand were all cut, and to this day, still to this day, he has part of a shark tooth embedded in his wrist. Okay, so all in all of his wounds required 462 stitches after the attack. Woo! If you guys got woozy just, you know, listening to that, imagine me reading it, you know? And oh boy, holy freaking crap. I don't know if I can get away with this on YouTube, and if I do, this video is going to warrant a +18 label, okay? So you're probably gonna have to sign in to actually watch it, but here are a few photos of Rodney after the shark attack. Okay, so as you guys can see, it was a pretty nasty scene, okay? Imagine the paramedics coming to that and being like, even though they work with this, you know, but still, imagine their reaction when they saw this. Like, if I was a paramedic and I came onto this scene, I was like, yeah, this guy's dead. This guy's definitely dead. But fortunately, he was able to be taken to the hospital in time to get surgery, you know, and I can't even imagine the pain that the poor guy felt, because, guys, I'm getting woozy just thinking about this, you know? Because most people would die just from the shock alone of the pain, you know? Oy. I'm getting just a little bit woozy here, but let's not talk about that anymore. Let's talk about his escape, okay? So the story of his escape from the shark was actually publicized many times in different literary arts, you know, but the thing is that the shark started to, it came after him again because of so much blood in the water. Then eventually it caught onto his, what's it called? Damn it, my ribs hurt. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I'm just recomposing myself here, but I'm fine, okay? I need to take a little breather. I'm just gonna breathe a little bit. Hey. Oh, God. But anyway, so, the guy... Where are my glasses? Oh, okay. Yeah, so then the shark started to drag the fishing line under him, you know, it's kind of like bait on a fishing line. So it started to swim down and it was starting to drag him with it, you know. Then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna drown. I'm definitely gonna drown. I'm not gonna get through this, you know. So he was dragging Rodney further and further into the deep, you know, but then suddenly the line just snapped. You know, it just completely snapped and there was nothing else. So then it's like, okay, wait, he felt the line snap and the shark swimming away. So then he, I guess, kind of floated towards the surface, you know, stuck out his arm and people saw him, you know, saw the blood in the water and they came to rescue him. So it really was a miracle. And I mean, the way that he escaped was just... Normally you don't survive from this kind of thing, you know? It's really hard to survive an attack by any kind of shark, let alone a great white. Usually you're fortunate enough if you lose a leg or an arm. And this guy, as you guys saw in the photos, there was so much damage on his left-hand side that it's crazy, man. Ah, damn it, I keep getting queasy. I gotta stop. Yeah, okay, I'm okay, guys, I'm okay. I just can't do violence, you know? So let's talk about his later life, okay? So then at some point, because he used to really like diving, he did eventually go back into the water, but it's like, as soon as he stepped into the water, in his mind, he saw sharks coming from all different directions, you know? So it was really scary for him. And also, there's the case of, there was one time where he was diving with somebody and he actually saw a shark swimming towards him, and immediately the trauma from the attack came back to him, you know? But then it just swam off, you know? But the point is that I can imagine how hard it was for this guy, you know, after such a traumatic experience to face going into the ocean again. I probably wouldn't. I would probably not even go near the ocean again after all that, but still, I mean, I don't know, man. Trauma affects different people in different ways. But anyway, so later on, he went on to design and build the very first underwater observation cage so you people could dive with the great white shark. And it was actually what inspired the cage in the Jaws movie. And you know, and for over 40 years, he has led major expeditions to film and study the attacker. So he is really a foremost authority on the great white shark. You know, he has studied this species for years now. So if there's anyone who knows about the great white, it's this guy, you know, because I mean, it's kind of like, okay, it attacked me, but I want to prove that this is not like, these things are not bloodthirsty killers. They're dangerous, but they're not bloodthirsty and out for human flesh, you know. So then he also had the very first expedition to see a great white shark was organized by him for sport divers, you know, and he's done hundreds and hundreds of expeditions. So a few other things as well. And he has also done major feature documentary films with other filmmakers and researchers. So, you know, he has done documentaries for Disney, Universal, IMAX, Crystal Society, and National Geographic, you know. So, and they have done many documentaries about sharks in cages and studying them. So whenever you watch a documentary about a shark, I don't know, people in a cage looking at great white sharks, that was inspired by Rodney, you know, and the cage was designed by him. Of course, there have been many changes over the years, you know, and being in a shark cage is not like, it's not exactly 100% foolproof or safe, you know, but still, I mean, you can definitely have a good experience, man, seeing a shark from that up close. But there have been a few mishaps over the years, which I might talk about in a different video, you know, and so this and that. So okay, so on to around Australia, blah 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 blah. Okay, and now this is really cool. So he actually has a private collection of displays and items from throughout all his years of making films on the ocean, you know. And also he has great white shark models and also shark-proof cages. And also he has giant and ancient fossil shark teeth, which is really cool. And also photos and video highlights from the many films he's been involved in. So this guy has like a freaking has like a library of memorabilia of shark-related content, you know. And then he also has a son. His name is Andrew. They continue to run, you know, great white shark expeditions here and there, you know, shark cage and this and that. And I think that's it really. What else can I talk about? Oh yes, he actually he continues to strive to further raise public awareness of the plight of all shark species throughout his operation, blah blah blah. And also in 2007 he was inducted into the Scuba Diving Hall of Fame. I didn't even know that was a thing. And then in 2009 he was nominated for the 2010 Indianapolis Prize, the world's largest individual monetary award for animal species conservation. Okay, so now let me get into my own personal outlook here.
And then I realized it was probably a big shark. Then I knew that its head was here, so I gouged around its head trying to gouge its eyes, and it stopped and let me out, and I pushed it away, but my hand went right into its mouth, ripping its teeth. I quickly pulled my hand out and put both arms around it to hold on so it couldn't bite me.
Alright, so basically, as you guys know, I usually give you all of the rundown of the information about the topic, then later towards the end I start talking about what I think about it. Now, the thing with Rodney Fox is that he was truly and sincerely blessed. You know, he was very, very lucky, you know, and it's very clear that he wasn't meant to die on that day, because just I think that just the physical damage alone to his body should have killed him, you know, and probably would have if he had taken a little bit longer to go to the hospital. Now, the thing with Rodney Fox is that I find it very admirable, to be honest, that like he uses the experience to enrich people, you know, with more knowledge about the shark that attacked him, instead of making them out to be a bloodthirsty killer, which we all know sharks aren't, you know, except for the tiger shark. That right there is a piece of work. But anyway, great white sharks have this reputation for being very dangerous and vicious and fierce and aggressive, you know, but they're really not, man. They are the apex predators of the ocean, yes, but I mean, they're just fish who go around killing other fish to eat, you know, that's all they do. So, I mean, you can't look at a great white shark and think that it's just a remorseless killing machine, because it's really not, you know. Don't let movies like Jaws and The Meg and Deep Blue Sea confuse you, okay? Because sharks are actually very peaceful. The only thing you have to be careful with is not provoking them, because if you, for example, dive into the middle of the sea with a bunch of raw steaks strapped to you, bleeding into the ocean, you know, and then you're asking for it, you know, you're obviously asking for it. You want to be attacked by a shark and possibly killed by it. But the thing is that this shark specifically only attacked Rodney through a number of different specific circumstances, you know. There was fish close to him and they were all bleeding, so the shark was attracted to that, you know, and it was swimming really fast, and he was dressed in black, so maybe he looked like a seal, you know. And Rodney later described the experience as being hit by a train. You know, like it seemed like a train or a car hit him right against his side, you know, because it was really painful, the impact. And then the teeth, you know, coming into him, you know, this and that. And supposedly sharks don't really like the taste of humans too much. I don't know if this is just an urban myth, but they aren't really known to eat people. They might attack you and kill you, but I have never heard of a case of a great white actually eating the carcass of a person, you know. They might tear you apart, but then when they see that it's not what they usually eat, they just kind of go away. But the damage is already done, obviously. And Rodney, I think that it's very admirable for him to look at it this way, and instead of fearing and feeling anger for the shark, he actually went on to try to protect it, you know, and give people more newfound knowledge about it, you know, the knowledge that I am using to record this video today, you know. A long time ago when I was a kid, I used to think that sharks were dangerous, but I know that they're not, you know. They're just at the top of the food chain because they are apex predators, but they're not there to try to kill you or anything, you know. So I think that, but then again, if I were in his position, I would probably never dive again, you know, because trauma is a strong thing, man. You know, you can overcome it, you know, but then again, in case you guys don't remember, I have thalassophobia, which is fear of deep water. So if I was attacked by a great white shark, son, you can be sure I would never go to the ocean again. I'd probably never go to the beach again, let alone go into the freaking ocean. Lest I find out like the Far Cry glitch where the sharks come out onto the land, you know, try to attack people on the sand. But I think it was a very admirable, how can I say, a move by him, you know. I think it was really cool, you know, and it's nice that he tries to conserve sharks, because some sharks are on the verge of extinction, you know, but because there are people who kill them, you know, just for the fins, you know, just to get to make shark fin soup, you know. The Chinese river dolphin some time ago also went extinct for this very reason, so it was really sad. So yeah, guys, you know, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know, it's really crazy just how human beings can push a species to the edge of extinction and completely annihilate it from the planet, you know. So there are some shark species that are very rare, you know, and the ones that we see today can be on the verge of extinction, you know, so we just gotta be careful, okay? I don't think there's anything else I can say, guys, you know. I think it was going to be a short video anyway. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this guy, you know, and it was really freaking crazy just how this happened. And I'm sorry if I don't sound very enthusiastic. It's because as I've been talking about the topic, I've been imagining the attack and the blood and the graphic violence, and I get a little queasy, so I start to get a little woozy, okay? But I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video, you know. It's a very informative thing, you know, and you guys can go look it up later. There are so many books about him, you know, that you guys can research later and get a little bit more information about him, you know. And I hope I didn't traumatize you with the photos that I showed earlier. I don't know what's going to happen, if I'm going to show them in full or show them in black and white or something. I don't know. But anyway, so if you happen to like this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel, because I release videos literally every single day. Sometimes one, sometimes two. Depends on how much work I can get done, okay? And I'm coming up on my 500th video special today, so there's going to be something very, very different and unique in the history of this channel. And after that, I'm going to take a little mini vacation, okay? But anyway, guys, oh, and hit the notification bell to know exactly what time of the day I'm going to be doing my uploads, okay? So that's it. This is Chazzy, signing out for now. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the outro screen.